What's up, Qsters? We are heading under the sea for round 2 tonight. This deck, it's all about The Little Mermaid. So who's pumped? Yeah, you are. Who doesn't love The Little Mermaid? I'm your host, Kayla Davies, and you can follow me on Twitter at Kayla Davies and on Instagram at KDavies12. And don't forget to follow at the Q Trivia on all social media to stay up to date on all the happenings from our top secret bunker right here in Charleston, South Carolina. Also, April 2nd, memorize that date. It's the day that we launch our brand new game mode. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. It'll be such a fun time, so check it out. But back to tonight, we're giving away $500, and all you gotta do to win it is know all about The Little Mermaid. Here's how it all works. There are 12 questions in the game. You have 8 seconds to answer and 3 choices to pick from. The questions range from answerable to just a little tricky. Get the question right, you'll advance on to the next round. Make it to the end, you'll win or split that cash. But even if you do get eliminated, keep on playing for those leaderboard points. And to sweeten the deal, when you give your friends your referral code to sign up for the queue, both you and your friend get a free life to use on questions 1 through 11. So tell all your friends to sign up for the queue using your code and rack up those lives. What are you waiting for? But remember, only 1 life per game. Anyway, who's ready to play? $500, 12 questions, bring on Q1. Question number 1, what color is Ariel's hair? Brown, red, or purple? Starting things off super easy tonight. I bet you can all get this one. Sets her apart from most of the other mermaids under the sea. If you've ever been here for Halloween, then I'm sure you rocked a wig that was bright, bright red. Her sisters were the brunettes with the exception of 2 blondes. I mean, that girl, she has a ton of sisters. I'm sure King Triton had his work cut out for him with that. And speaking of King Triton, how well do you remember his fatherly advice? Question number 2. What does King Triton tell Ariel never to do? Play with sharks, look a human in the eye, or swim to the surface? While these all sound like pretty good ideas to not do, only one of them was a specific rule that King Triton made. Personally, I would never want to come in contact with evil sharks, and I guess looking some humans in the eye could be bad. But King Triton's advice was to never swim to the surface. She got in big trouble with that. And it makes a lot of sense if you're a mermaid living under the sea. I mean, according to Sebastian, we got no troubles. Life is the bubbles. Sounds like some great lyrics to live by, right? And just how well do you remember all the other tunes from this Disney classic? Question number 3. Which song is not from The Little Mermaid? Is it A Whole New World, Under the Sea, or Part? I mean, let's be honest, Disney has given us a lot of bops over the years, from The Little Mermaid to Lion King and everything in between. And the odd one out here was actually from the movie Aladdin. Yep, it's A Whole New World. But you're still a part of this world as we head on to Q4, so how much do you know about Prince Eric's pet? Do you remember him? We are about to find out. Question number 4. What is the name of Prince Eric's dog? Sebastian, Max, or Jack? How could you forget about Eric's doggo? I mean, he was one of the best parts of the movie. So sweet and happy with all that fluff covering his little doggo eyes. He's the first non-sea creature to notice Ariel in the whole movie, and his name is Max. Such a good boy. And y'all aced that one. I mean, we all know Sebastian is the crab. Nice work. Bring on the next one. Question number 5. A dingle hopper is used to open the grotto, brush hair, or blow bubbles. If you remember Ariel's grotto, she has got a ton of collected items down there. You've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty, who's-its and what's-its galore. And while there are a bunch of other things she's collected, the dingle hopper was a staple in her collection. Scuttle's the one who showed her how to brush her hair with it. Yes, she brushed her hair with a fork. That would take so much time if that's what people really used forks for. But anyway, moving on. Speaking of her collection, Q6, in Part of Your World, Ariel says she has how many thingamabobs? 100, 50, or 20? Arguably the best song in the movie. I mean, I could probably sing the whole thing right now if I wanted to, but I won't make you all sit through that. This is trivia, not karaoke after all. She had gizmos and gadgets galore, and want any thingamabobs? She's got 20. But who cares? No big deal. She wants more. I'm not going to sing that part. All right, I'm done. On to the second half of the game. Question number 7. In Poor Unfortunate Souls, what does Ursula steal from Ariel? Flounder and Sebastian, her voice, or her gadgets and gizmos? Another song that I could probably sing on the fly here. It was the song in which Ariel gained her leg so she could go after Prince Eric, but it came at a pretty high price. So do you remember that contract she signed? Yeah, that allowed Ursula to take her voice. Don't make a deal with the Sea Witch, people. It's just not a good idea. And remember when she used Ariel's voice to try and steal Eric away? So fake. But it's okay. She got what was coming to her in the end. Now let's go over to Q8. What year was The Little Mermaid originally released in theaters? 1989, 1990, or 1993? AKA the year one of the greatest Disney movies of all time was given to us. So many people couldn't wait to go under the sea to see this movie that it got re-released in 1997. But the original date when we first became part of her world was 1989. And the House of Mouse was never the same. And we are not the same now as we move on to question number 9. Q9, who pulls Ariel's barrel on the way to crash Eric and Vanessa's wedding? Was it Flounder, Scuttle, or Flotsam and Jetsam? Vanessa, aka Ursula, used Ariel's voice to try and take Eric for herself and trap Ariel without a voice forever. Not cool, Ursula, not cool. But it's okay, Ariel's friends had her back and helped her crash the wedding and win back Eric. And Flounder even pulled her along in a barrel to the boat. And it's still smooth sailing for all of you as we head to those double digits, so get ready. Things are about to get a little tougher. Q10, who wrote the original fairy tale of The Little Mermaid? The Brothers Grimm, Charles Perrault, or Hans Christian Andersen? No, this wasn't the creation of Disney. As with many of the princesses, they have origins several centuries beforehand. And the original tale? Well, it's pretty different than the Disney-ified version. And it was written by Hans Christian Andersen. Yep, he is the OG. Way to go, guys. You are still on the way to that money tonight. Let's move on to the semi-final round. Question number 11. Who is not one of Ariel's sisters? Adela, Aquata, or Alina? They were introduced at the very beginning of the movie at that concert thing they had going on, which Ariel did not attend. Whoops! Do you remember them all? How about a little refresher? Let's list them off. We have Adrena, Arista, Atina, Alana, Aquata, and Adela, but no Alina. And of course, their sister, Ariel. And look at all of you Disney experts, you are off to the final question. This is it, question number 12. Q12, whose teeth get knocked out at the end of the movie? Is it Louis, Ursula, or Grimsby? It was one of the final scenes in the movie, so do you remember it? Think back, really try to visualize it. I'll even give you a little hint to help you along. He and Sebastian had a bit of a rivalry going on throughout the film. It was Louis the chef. And there you have it. Congratulations, you are going home with your fair share of $500. But if you didn't quite make it, no worries. You have another chance at the money tomorrow at 5:30 and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. But for now, don't forget to follow us on all social media at the Q Trivia. Thank you all so much for playing. Congrats again to all the winners. Have a great night.